Hi readers, me here with kind of an unexpected author spotlight. And when I say that, what I mean is this is not the author spotlight that I expected to be doing anytime soon. Because while I read and adored her books when I was younger, I hadn't read her in a while and hadn't been in the mood to read her in a while. Just probably because there's so many new books. That said, on Wednesday, I did a short because while I was doom scrolling Twitter, I found out that the author of Confessions of a Shopaholic, Sophie Kinsella, had been diagnosed in 2022 with glioblastoma. As I said in that short, that is a very aggressive and always deadly brain tumor, and it really kind of put me in a funk because, for one, that is the same thing that took my mother's life, and for two, the Shopaholic books were books that me, my mother, and my sister all enjoyed at the same time. So it was really kind of a very, very sad, bittersweet kind of thing to be reminded of her books, which are so great and we enjoyed together, and then find that she's been diagnosed with that same cancer. So, that said, I don't want to get down because this is really about a love of reading and a love of the author's work and a love of the author. So, let's talk about it. I'm going to do a reread of one of these books soon. And I had originally thought it was going to be one, and then I was reading the back of this in preparation for this video, this other one, and I was like, dang, that sounds fun. So, let's start off with Sophie Kinsella books that I own. First of all, Confessions of a Shopaholic. This was made into a movie. The cover's great. The inside covers on all of these are just fabulous. All of the ones, the Shopaholic books. So the movie was fun. The book was great. I really loved Becky Bloomwood, and let me tell you about her. Becky Bloomwood has a fabulous flat in London's trendiest neighborhood, a troupe of glamorous socialite friends, and a closet brimming with the season's must-haves. The only trouble is, she can't afford it. Not any of it. Her job writing successful savings not only bores her to tears, it doesn't pay much at all. And lately, Becky's been chased by dismal letters from Visa and the Inwich Bank. Letters with large red sums she can't bear to read, and they're getting ever harder to ignore. She tries cutting back. She even tries making more money. But none of her efforts succeeds. Becky's only consolation is to buy herself something. Just a little something. Finally, a story arises that Becky actually cares about, and a front-page article catalyzes a chain of events that will transform her life and the lives of those around her forever. So, yeah, this was a really good book. I loved this book so much. My mother loved it. My sister loved it. Becky Bloomwood is a character in all the best ways. If you haven't read it, I do recommend it. It is fun. It is a little romantic comedy-ish, but it is just fabulous. Next in that series, I believe, is Shopaholic Takes Manhattan. Let me just stop and say, I don't know how many books that she ended up writing in the Shopaholic series. These won't tell me because they were the original editions that were available. So, love this cover too. Love the inside too. And Shopaholic Takes Manhattan, with her shopping excesses somewhat in check and her career as a TV financial guru thriving, Becky's biggest problem seems to be tearing her entrepreneur boyfriend Luke away from work for a romantic country weekend. And worse, figuring out how to pack light. But packing takes on a whole new meaning when Luke announces he's moving to New York for business, and he asks Becky to go with him. Before you can say Prada sample sale, Becky's landed in the Big Apple, home of Park Avenue penthouses and luxury department stores. Surely it's only a matter of time until she becomes an American TV celebrity, and she and Luke are the toast of Gotham society. Nothing can stand in their way, especially with Becky's bills miles away in London. But then, an unexpected disaster threatens her career prospects, her relationship with Luke, and her available credit line. Shopaholic takes Manhattan, but will she have to return it? So cute. So cute. I did read that one. I do not think I've read this third book. I think it's the third. Again, I'm not sure. Shopaholic Ties the Knot. And again, I don't know what they call these, but these pages on the inside are just wonderful. This one, the spine's not cracked, so I don't think I've read it. It was published in 2003. Oh, and that's when I started deploying, so makes sense. Yeah, this is the third book. Life has been good for Becky Bloomwood. She's become the best personal shopper at Barney's. She and her successful entrepreneurial boyfriend, Luke, are living happily in Manhattan's West Village, and their new next-door neighbor is a fashion designer. But with her best friend Suze engaged, how can Becky fail to notice that her own ring finger is bare? Now, not that she's been thinking of marriage or diamonds or anything. Then Luke proposes. Bridal registries dance in Becky's head. Problem is, two other people are planning her wedding. Becky's overjoyed mother has been waiting forever to host a backyard wedding, with the bride resplendent in Mom's frilly old gown, while Luke's high society mother is insisting on a glamorous, all expenses paid affair at the plaza. Both weddings for the same day. And Becky can't seem to turn down either one. Can everyone's favorite shopaholic tie the knot before everything unravels? Yeah, 100% didn't read that one. Final book that I have in the series is Shopaholic and Baby. Again, I have not read this one either. It was published in 2007, so life was kind of crazy then. This one's not as fun as the paperback copies. Anywho, Becky's life is blooming. She's working at London's newest big store. They must have moved back from New York. The look, house hunting with husband Luke, her secret wish is a shoe room, and she's pregnant. She couldn't be more overjoyed, especially since discovering that shopping cures morning sickness. Everything has got to be perfect for her baby, from the designer nursery to the latest, coolest pram to the celebrity must-have obstetrician. But when the celebrity obstetrician turns out to be Luke's glamorous, intellectual ex-girlfriend, Becky's perfect world starts to crumble. She's shopping for two, but are there three in her marriage? Oh, okay. So it looks like there's another one, Shopaholic and Sister. So maybe it came before this. I'll have to look it up. Anywho. So originally I said that sometime within the next, probably this month, I would do a reread of Confessions in honor of Sophie Kinsella. But then I picked up this book and I read the back and I'm like, can you keep a secret? Meet Emma Corrigan, a young woman with a huge heart, an irrepressible spirit, and a few little secrets. Sorry, I almost choked on my own spit there. Secrets from her boyfriend. I've always thought Connor looks a bit like Ken, as in Barbie and Ken. Secrets from her mother. I lost my virginity in the spare bedroom with Danny Nussbaum while Mom and Dad were downstairs watching Ben-Hur. Secrets she wouldn't share with anyone in the world. I have no idea what NATO even stands for, or even what it is. until she spills them all to a handsome stranger on a plane. At least, she thought he was a stranger, until Emma comes face to face with Jack Harper, the company's elusive CEO, a man who knows every single humiliating detail about her. And I believe I did read this. One of us did, because the spine is cracked, and this just sounds so fun. I definitely will probably read this one next. Anywho, I really enjoyed, as did my mother and sister, Sophie's books. They are light, they are fun, the characters are kind of a little bit ditzy, but heroines, you know? And I'm very sad to hear that she was diagnosed with glioblastoma, and I wish the best for her and her family. That is it for me. I will try this week to maybe get up a witchy book wrap up, because I am done reading witchy for the month. And probably, as she says, as she looks at the witchy books over here that I got. But we'll have to see. That's it for me. Happy reading.